Hello, and welcome to my office, and welcome to this guided, unified walkthrough of Quotidia, which is our sacred daily ritual that we do here in Covina. I'm making this recording on October 22nd, 2021. Quotidia consists of three components, known as the ignition of the hero spear, the unifying the three cells, sometimes called Animera Dracana, reference to the soul serpent, and the Anodia Oracle, which is a daily 2-card reading. If you're completely new to all of this, I invite you to watch or listen along, and you'll find out all of the different things that you might want to include in the ritual and so on, just by doing one kind of learning session. For many of us, we do this every day and it's part of our lives. And I want to just dive right in to the experience of us doing the ritual together, whether you're watching the video or you've got me in your ear listening to the audio. So let's begin. I want you just to take a moment to get comfortable in your own skin. Maybe shrug the shoulders a few times, 3 back, 3 forward. Doing that balancing of movement. Maybe the hips need a little back and forth, whatever it is. Flexing the toes a little bit, whether you're seated, standing, laying down. Just easing some of that tension we all hold in our bodies a little bit. And taking in a breath. Doing a little bit of a scan. Just starting that awareness amplification here with me. Now in Covina, we work with the Hero Spear. We have our beautiful candles that are so evocative of the deeper world, of Hekate, her companions, our own soul, and so on. We call it the Hero Spear, which is an epithet of Hekate that means sacred eternal flame. So light your candle or turn on the battery or put on the flashlight on your phone, whatever is accessible to you. Maybe this is interior for you, so just see yourself lighting the candle, whatever works. Let's just come together here. And we always begin with a threefold protocol of purification, cleansing, banishing, where we go counterclockwise 3 times and just seeing any harmful energies in your body kind of being sucked out and pulled away in the environment around you. And you can even see, although this is very complex, see this spiraling out, cleansing the room, the home, the people in it, and so on. Just out to your property, if you have a property, whatever you've got, just you can see that. Okay. And then we do the protective part in a clockwise manner. And again, you can just see that your person being protected, your immediate space, stretching it out to other rooms in the home, if that's available to you, and just see this as an amplifying spiral of protection. And then we bring the candle back to heart center. And typically in Covina, we have additional symbolic candles that we are working with. So we have, this is the month of the torchbearer, So I have my candle here, and this is the blessing candle. If you don't have one, that's fine, no worries. You might have the spirit cards, you might have them on your phone, no worries. Or you can connect purely with the Covina candle and soften the gaze into the flame. Whether it's one of our special candles, a card, you can hold a card, kind of just put it beside the candle just to kind of create a little altar. There's something you want to connect with. Our archetypes cards, spirit cards, and so on are lovely for this if that's something that's available. But all you really need is a flame. And just soften the gaze into the flame. Just becoming naturally aware of your breathing. Seeing how the flame responds to your connection to it. You can take your hands away, put your hands back on it. Whatever works, just take a few moments here. And start to see that flame as evocative of your own soul. And as it grows, perhaps you can see this in the mind screen, as it grows, it's almost like you step into it and you step into the eternal flame. You know, the spark that runs through everything. See yourself stepping into that. And you may have images, sensations, etc. See things, hear things. And you may become aware of things going on in your body right now. Are you hungry? Are you tired? Do you need to get connected to others? What are your aches and pains? Just noticing them all. Now let's gently move into the meditation. And I want you just to take that breath of yours and enter into the energy of this part of the ritual with a spirit of trust in the process, non-judgment of any thoughts that come up. It's all good. Meditation's not about not having thoughts. It's about recognizing thoughts for what they are, which are just thoughts. Any emotions that are starting to come up, noticing them, be angry, content, joyful, tearful, anxious, just noticing them. They're all emotions. Now I am going to pause your breath at different times in this meditation. If that's not available to you, that's fine. Over time and practice, you will be able to hold the breath longer. And the use of the breath greatly amplifies the transcendent experience of the meditation, strengthening the body as well, of course, and correcting stress hormone levels and so on. So if you're new, go gently. If you have breathing problems, go gently, and so on. Let's begin. Breathing through the nose, if that's available to you. Pulling it in as deep as you can. And when you get to as deep as you can, pause. 1, 2, 3. and let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that again. Breathing in all the way, feeling the body expand and take up more space. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Letting it go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Practice this technique during the day, and it will help relieve stress, bring focus, clarity of mind, and so on. Now let's get into the awakening. Pull that breath down again, third time here. Really deep, feeling it push, push, push on the sitting bones. Holding it here. Releasing. And feeling the activation of the root coming through nice and strong. Feel that awakening down below. Any sensations that come up. Let's do it again. Way, way, way down past belly into the sitting bones, pushing pressure, filling all of that space, releasing the energy of that deeper self root, the soul root. And let that breath go and feel your roots extend into the earth, grounding you, tethering you. That sensation of being firmly connected to earth beneath our feet. Now we're going to work on heart center activation. So the breath here goes to heart. So let's practice that together. Pulling the breath, seeing it stopping at the heart center. Holding it here. Nice long exhale again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in again to heart center. Holding. And as you release, feel that heart center softening the front of your body, creating more space. And yet feel your spine very strong and true. Just releasing all that, let it all out. You may need a long, long breath here because a lot of times our blockages really are right here at heart center. We get all armored up. Let's do it again. To heart center, holding here, feeling strong spine and letting it go, softening the front, strength of the back. Let's do it a third time. And as you let it go, if this is available to you, feel the connection to your beloveds, your pets, your children, your Covina kindred, friends, whoever you want to extend that loving heart energy to. And feel that connection, that heart connection. Now we're going to work with the breath, pulling it up into mind and into the lower reaches of the higher self. So the movement here is to pause breath at throat and allow it to ascend into mind. This is definitely the trickiest feature of the meditation. So no judgment here. As you practice, this will become second nature. Pulling breath in, feeling it stop, and letting it go. Take a long exhalation if you need it. Let's do it again. Feeling it pause right here at throat center. Holding. And I want you, as you hold, start to feel a sensation of breath, which is energy, of course, being pulled upwards. And as you let it go, any tension from throat up is released. Now let's do that again. And this time we're going to pull it up higher into mind. And any crowding thoughts and things going on in the mind, as you release it, just feel them being let go of. Now let's take this all the way up to crown, holding the breath here at throat again. Nice, strong spine, open heart, tethered root. Experiencing that feeling here. Letting the breath go. And if you are a visual person, you may have that perception of that beautiful cord, serpent, however you see it within you, just being fully unified and starting to come together as heart and root are flowing all the way up. And you may even see that crown or serpent head in the mind screen. Now let's pull that breath again to throat. Holding here, seeing that stretch way up, seeing the crown, feeling the weight maybe on the head, feeling branches pulling us up, making us strong and tall. So just in the same way that we are tethered to the ground, we are branched to the heavens above and the mysteries above, the wisdom above and the intuition below. Feel that flow. Now, as you let the breath go. Feel that flow. Noticing thoughts, sensations, non-judgment. Feel the soul vision start to kick in here as you perceive maybe that ache in your ankle or that thought about that thing at work that you've got to deal with, whatever it is. Just feel the soul vision where you are the one perceiving and experiencing at the same time. That's the deeper vision that this meditation awakens. Beautiful. Great work. I always burp when I do it. So if you burp, fart, need to pee now, any of those things, that's the breath working on the bodily level and impacting the stress hormones and processes in the body, just as the mind has become activated. So just take a moment here. I'm going to sip my tea, and while you come back in to physical world and get your cards and so on ready. So the Anodia Oracle is 2 cards, very wonderful oracle, simple. We use the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. I really recommend you use it, whatever your comfort level is. So of course, this deck is a great teaching deck. You'll learn so much from it. So the Anodia Oracle is 2 cards, one in the approach position, one in the avoid position. So let's work on, and I do recommend, if you're new, don't hold an intention or anything. Let the cards teach you what they need you to know about them and so on. And they'll, over time, if you develop a lot of skill at this reading, it's perfectly wonderful to form an intention here about what you want to discuss with the cards today. So just take a moment to collect yourself and connect to the cards however you wish. So let's start with approach. And again, there's no right or wrong way to shuffle the cards, whatever's available to you. I'll hold them up so you can see them. Pull your card. and set it aside. That's your approach card for the day. And now just allow the energy of what to stay away from, so you can think of what do I avoid? What do I need to step away from to kind of help you connect? And then let's pull a card. And those are your 2 cards for the day. And now you can take up your notebook, and just begin to make some observations on those cards. So let's look at those. So these cards in the Wild Unknown archetype system, they have numbers. So I encourage you to write down the number, the name for each card, and put its position, approach or avoid. And if you have time, start to unpack the symbols that are in the card. So look at any elements that are in the card. Are there hands? Are there webs? What are the colors, and so on? And take your time here exploring all of this if that's available to you, or just make a few notes and set yourself a reminder in your phone, to spend a few more moments, and you can just hold them present. Over time, this gets much easier. It's almost like the cards are just simmering away on the back burner in your mind as you're going about your business, and other synchronicities and so on will come to you through the day that reinforces what the cards had to say. And, you can spend more time here if that's available. But for now, I'm going to extinguish the flame, and thank you very much for trusting me for leading you through the daily Quotidia. And Hail Hekate.